figure this stuff out and get it right.
All right. So is this really an issue where it needs to be cognitive, or is this an issue where he needs to be transferred officially to Houston?
Judge, I think there are other issues. I'm not gonna fight probation's recommendation. I believe it was ordered that he go through a program. Although that is no longer alleged in the MTR.
All right, so wait a minute.
Enjoy the video, hit the like button.
State of Texas versus Raydon Marshall. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas.
Defense.
John Pettis for defense.
And you Mr. Raydon Marshall?
Yes, ma'am.
Show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision, and states first motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke probation. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Raydon Marshall who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 8571 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on September 3rd, 2020 for a term of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Your Honor, violated condition number 5 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Raydon Marshall, did then and there fail to report the supervision officer as directed for the months of July 2022 and August 2022 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State waives all the violations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No objection.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Your Honor. It's to deny the motion alternate amendment for ISL.
Okay. And again, this is, I see that it's another mental health issue.
It is a cognitive track, yes, Judge, yes.
Okay. Mr. Marshall, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Raydon Marshall.
All right, why are you not reporting? This is the second time you've been before me for not reporting.
This time I didn't have transportation.
All right, so where is your support? Who's supporting you
My
or
mom.
helping you navigate?
My mom.
All right, so you're telling me your mom wasn't helping you get to your locations?
I mean, at that time it was hard for us. And
Well, I mean, can't you take the via bus?
yes, ma'am. But I was in Houston at that moment. At the
I'm
time.
sorry, what?
I was in Houston at the time.
All right, so why were you in Houston?
That's what my probation was.
So are we asking that he be in Houston or no?
Yes, Judge. And forgive me, I thought that transfer would have already been requested when he went on probation. He is from Houston.
All right, so where's your probation ever transferred to Houston?
My probation officer was down here. She didn't give me one in Houston.
So
No, it wasn't transferred.
so it wasn't transferred.
No, Judge, and we would request that be transferred and make it easier for him to go ahead and make sure he appears.
So, and I'm not trying to trick you and say, oh, I'm going to give you more violations, but I'm just trying to figure out the reason behind your not reporting. So you were never transferred to Houston, but you were in Houston?
Yes.
Okay. So here's the thing you need to understand. You can't just go to where you want to go when you're on probation. If you're supposed to be in Bear County, you got to be in Bear County. Yes.
When I went to the probation office, they were supposed to transfer me to Houston.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, until you're actually transferred, you can't just go where you want to go. You understand?
The fact that they didn't transfer you.
So counsel, do you have any other information in regards to his mother? And
She was in contact, the only information I have, Judge, is that she was in constant contact with the probation officer. I believe her and Godfather were both listed as points of contact, and there was never a lack of contact between mom and probation officer. And she cooperated pretty fully once the violations occurred. She was extremely cooperative as far as once, like, hey, you need to telling radon, you need to figure this stuff out and get it right.
All right. So is this really an issue where it needs to be cognitive, or is this an issue where he needs to be transferred officially to Houston?
Judge, I think there are other issues. I'm not gonna fight probation's recommendation. I believe it was ordered that he go through a program. Although that is no longer alleged in the MTR.
All right, so wait a minute. I don't understand why you appear to be upset with your attorney, because guess what? You know why we're here? We're here because you're not reporting. How old are you?
21.
All right, you're 21. So you should be actually, feeling that your attorney is doing a great job. Let me stop you right there, because the range of punishment for this offense is up to 20 years in prison. You're the one who went to Houston. Your probation was not transferred. And even if you are in Houston, you're the one who was not reporting. And I require that you report. And the other thing I require is I require everyone to treat everyone with respect in this court. So there's no need for that. Your attorney is trying to figure out what's the best way, I'm assuming, what's the best way for you not to end up in prison for 20 years, and also trying to figure out a way, as I am and as the state is, so that you can be successful on probation and we can craft some kind of creative way for maybe you to be with your mom if your mom wants you with her, and for you to get your life in order.
I didn't have an attitude.
All right, so defense?
Again, Judge, I believe it was ordered. And this just never was completed. This is just a different route that would require him to stay in custody and complete the cognitive track. I'm not going to argue with what's already been ordered, Judge.
All right. So do we want to do probation? What's the wait time for the cognitive? Yeah, local. 1 to 2 weeks. All right. So can we do local ISF and then transfer him to Houston? Yes. So I'll deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions for local ISF and a transfer to Houston. And I can tell you right now, if there's some issue with lack of transportation, I know there are places that give free bus passes, so there's like no excuse. And I don't know why people sometimes don't want to ride the bus. I guess that seems like, oh, I'm riding the bus. What are people going to think? Transportation, the job of transportation is to get you from point A to point B. That's all. And as long as you're getting from point A to point B, who cares if it's via bus? Who cares if it's by a hatchback? You're just trying to get from point to A to point B. I don't know why everybody thinks they need to have a Rolls Royce or whatever. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you. And in this courtroom, probation to be successful, you really need to stay in contact with your probation officer, because my job when I place people on probation, I want to make sure that I give you conditions that will help you be successful. And I want you to be successful at it. I take no pleasure in sending people who've been placed on probation to prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
But you're going to have to do your part, because your attorney can't do it for you and I can't. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Take it, Judge. Maybe excuse.
Yes.